So suppose a three-phase induction motor, we want to run a three-phase induction motor. So that means which type of inverter we have to use? Obviously, three-phase inverter. And you know that instead of series inverter or parallel inverter, nowadays, for domestic purpose as well as for the industrial purpose, bridge type inverter we already actually we prefer to use bridge type inverter. So basically, suppose for an industrial purpose, we don't have proper supply voltage. Okay, so how can we design? There are various types of topology or various aspects which we can consider to design a proper voltage source inverter fed induction motor drive. So there are basically there are four types of circuit which we can choose to design the entire setup in MATLAB Simulink as well as in hardware also. So the first type of circuit I discuss regarding this voltage source inverter fed induction motor drive, that is, suppose this is a DC voltage source. This is a DC voltage. Okay, so it is a fixed DC voltage. So from a fixed DC voltage, we have for a particular purpose, and we want to design a voltage source inverter fed induction motor drive. So how can we design it? So a fixed DC, we can change, or we want to generate a variable DC so that we can feed it to the input side of the inverter. So how can we generate a variable DC from a fixed DC? We know that we can use easily a chopper circuit. So here I'm using the block diagram only. So we can use here chopper. Okay, so this is a chopper circuit where we can change the fixed DC to a variable DC. Okay, so now the output voltage we have to fade to the, we can use 6-step inverter to run a 3-phase induction motor. So the 6-step inverter voltage source inverter should be fed by to reduce the harmonic of this output voltage. We can use a low pass filter. Then the output or the variable DC we have to fade to a 6-step VSI. Voltage source inverter. Now the output of the voltage source inverter should be fed to a 3-phase induction motor. So here this is the induction motor. So this is one design aspect. We can choose this design aspect to design a VSI fed induction motor drive. This is number one. Okay. Number two, we can design a VSI fed induction motor drive by this way also. Suppose we have a 3-phase AC source. Okay, so 3-phase AC we have, but as we know that 6-step VSI inverter the input of the 6-phase VSI inverter should be DC. So we want to change this AC voltage to DC voltage first. So a three-phase AC source which we have. This is three-phase rectifier. Excuse me. Okay. So this is a low pass filter. Again, the pulsating AC, pulsating DC we are getting from the output of the three-phase rectifier. So we want to reduce the harmonics, and then this variable output voltage should be fed to the 6-step DC, sorry, VSI. 6-step Now the output of the VSI should be fed to the three-phase induction motor. Okay, so in this way also we can design this entire circuit. Now the third one is, again we have a DC voltage. So it is a variable DC voltage we have, and the pulsating DC voltage we are getting. So we have to use here a low pass filter. Then the output of this low pass filter is directly, we can feed it to this PWM inverter. PWM voltage source inverter. So this is another design aspect. Okay, so we can design this VSI in this way also. Next is number 4. Suppose we are using a 6-step, instead of using 6-step VSI, a 6-step VSI, we want to use PWM fed or PWM pulse width modulation voltage source inverter. Okay, so suppose this 3-phase supply we have 3-phase AC supply. So this is our three-phase AC supply. So whenever we are getting three-phase AC supply, we have to use here three-phase rectifier. Right? Then obviously LC filter. Then okay. So this is three-phase induction motor. So there are four type of design aspect. We can choose any one to design this voltage source inverter fed induction motor drive. Now, okay. Now the inner part or the internal circuit of the of VSI fed induction motor drive. So the internal circuit should be like that. This is one DC voltage. As it is a three-phase inverter we are using, so obviously it has three arms. Okay. In each arm, there are two switches. So these are the three arms, and in each arm there are two switches. Fine. Now, say this is phase A, this is phase B, and this is phase C. So for phase A, phase B, and this is for phase C. A three-phase induction motor is connected here. So this is phase A, B, and C, right? So phase A, B, and C are connected in this way. So whenever we are designing this voltage source inverter, we have to remember one thing, that we have to use, we are using a three-phase induction motor. And so that means for three-phase induction motor, we have to use three-phase inverter circuit. So three-phase inverter means obviously it has three arms, and in each arm there are two switches. And for the protection purpose, we can use MOSFET, where the for protection purpose we have to use in three switches. We have to in this three arms we can use 3, 4, 5, 6 separate diode, because you know that as per the property of the inverter, when we are using our circuit, when we are using purely resistive load, that time there is no circulating current in the entire circuit, so we can neglect the diode part. But whenever we are using RLE load or RL load, that time a circulating current will flow through this entire circuit during the off state of the power electronic switch also. So that time, for this circulating current, and to create the closed path of that circulating current, we have to enter or we have to provide the circulating current path, and that's why we have to use six separate diode. Okay, so that means six means that there are three arms, so in each arm there should be two diodes. So this diode should be connected in parallel with the power electronic switch. So that means in this as we are using RLE type of load, so for the first arm we have to use two diodes. So this diode should be connected in this way. This is, say, diode 1, diode 2, sorry. Okay, so as I'm telling you that we have to use six separate diodes. So six separate diodes means in each arm we have to use two diodes. So for the first arm there are two diodes should be connected in this way. In the second arm, two diodes. In the third arm, obviously two diodes. So this is the design aspect. So we are choosing this process or this design or this circuit to design this voltage source in voltage source inverter fed induction motor drive. Okay, so just wait. I'm opening the MATLAB model. Okay. So this is the entire model of voltage source inverter fed induction motor drive. Now you can see that the source voltage is AC. Okay, so that means which type of the second model which I already discussed, that suppose we have the three-phase AC voltage, then we have to rectify it through a rectifier, three-phase rectifier, and the output should be pulsating DC, which can we improve to remove the harmonic, or which can we improve the output voltage by using a low pass filter. And that low pass filter, the output of that low pass filter should be fed through a VSI, a voltage source inverter, and the output of that voltage source inverter should be fed to the asynchronous machine or induction three-phase induction motor. Okay. So now this is, we can see that this is a three-phase source voltage. Okay. So it is the voltage which we are using, that is a parameter of source voltage, and the amplitude or VRMS phase to phase voltage is given here. Phase frequency also given here, that is 60 hertz. So as per Indian standard frequency, we know that it is 50 hertz, but as I am following a numerical from this GK Dubey book, so that's why as per the frequency given, that particular numerical, I use this 60 hertz frequency. Okay. Now the rectifier circuit. So it is it is the ordinary rectifier or ordinary uncontrollable rectifier. You can say that it is a diode rectifier. So this is a rectifier circuit. And in this rectifier circuit, you can see that number of arms or number of breach here is 3. So there are 3 arms already given, or already they are inbuilt. The arms are inbuilt. So in 3 arms, there are 3 arms, means in each arm there are 2 diodes. So it's an uncontrolled rectifier. So that's why it is a the output voltage which we are getting here. This is an uncontrolled rectifier. Okay. So the diode bridge rectifier. So now this diode bridge rectifier is rectifying a 3-phase AC voltage. Then the output voltage or output DC voltage should be pulsating in nature. So that's why, to remove this harmonic, the extra harmonic, we are using here a capacitor. And the value of the capacitor is given in this particular numerical. One voltage measurement block is connected in parallel way, so that we can see the output voltage or the output DC voltage of the rectifier. Okay. Now, after this rectification, the output of this output DC voltage, output pulsating DC voltage, is fed to a VSI, that is a voltage source inverter. So in voltage source inverter, obviously we are using 3-phase inverter. So in each, there are 3-phase inverter. Again, I am repeating, 3-phase means 3 arms. So in each arm, there are 2 MOSFETs, or as it is using one MOSFET, as I am telling you that for the circulating current or for the protection purpose, we have to use or we have to insert diodes in the circuit. So in the MOSFET, there are inbuilt a diode. You can see that as per the symbol. So we are using this kind of voltage source inverter. So if you click it, then you can see that number of arms or number of bridge arms, there are 3. Okay. So there are 3 arms, and in 3 arms, there are 6 MOSFETs are there. Oh, fine. So the output of this voltage source inverter, that is fed to a VI measurement block. So it is a VI measurement block, so that we can measure the voltage, face-to-face voltage, and the current of the inverter. Now, the pulse. It is very much important. How can we generate, or how can we turn on and turn off, set the turn on and off time of a particular VSI or voltage source inverter? Now you can see, you know that for a particular days, nowadays PWM technique, that is pulse width modulation technique, is very much effective, and we can reduce lots of harmonic there. So if we choose this voltage, if we choose this PWM technique to turn on our switches, so it is better to reduce the harmonic, reduce the losses, etc. So the pulse which I set here, that is nothing but a PWM pulse. So it can generate generated mode, that is 6 arm bridge 6 pulse. So 3 arm bridge 6 pulse. As we know that there are 6 separate MOSFET we are using. So this pulse block will generate 6 separate pulse. Okay. Now the carrier frequency, whenever we are discussing about PWM technique, that should be carrier frequency should be there, modulation index should be there. So we have to fix the carrier frequency as per given in the numerical, as per the calculation I already fixed here. The carrier frequency is 1800 hertz. Okay, that is the frequency of the carrier wave. Now the sample time 12 into e to the power minus 6. Modulation index, that is I set at modulation index, obviously the value of this modulation index is from 0 to 1. So I set it 0.4. It is as per the calculation, we get the modulation index value, and that is the value is 0.4, okay, which is less than 1. Now the frequency of the output voltage, it is given at 60 hertz. As I'm telling you that I'm considering one numerical from GK Dubey. So as per the numerical, the frequency is set there 60 hertz. So I fixed that particular frequency. And there is another segment, that is phase of the output voltage. Phase of the output voltage in degree. So that is set as 0. Okay. Fine. So this is the PWM. Okay. So this is the pulse. This is the PWM pulse which we have to feed to the gate terminal of the voltage source inverter. 6 voltage of the voltage source inverter, which have 3 arms separately, etc. Now, this asynchronous machine we are using. We know that induction machine is a asynchronous machine, obviously. So in the asynchronous mode, we are using which type of induction motors? It is as per the parameter. As per the configuration of this machine, we are using squirrel cage induction motor. Okay, so it is a squirrel cage induction motor, and you can see that TM is there. TM means the reference of torque, reference of motor torque we have to give by a step signal, and the step signal is given as 0 to 2. Okay, the final value is 300 is given. So that is a reference motor torque which we are providing to the TM terminal of the asynchronous machine. Now from the output side of the induction motor, which parameter we have to trace, or we have to see the output waveform. We are considering this is a bus selector. From this bus selector, we have to design the entire circuit again. Don't worry, but just to understand voltage source inverter fed induction motor drive, please look into look carefully. This is a bus selector, and from the bus selector, we are choosing this motor, that is the rotor speed, which is given as omega per meter, and the mechanical electromagnetic torque, that is torque, output torque, and the speed, that is output power, which we have to see the output power waveform, that is the torque waveform we have to study, and we have to study the speed waveform in the scope side of the machine. Okay, and we know that the torque, the unit of torque is Newton meter, and the speed of the machine should be in omega m. Okay, so this is the entire circuit of VSI fed induction motor drive. So the PWM pulse we are using here, it is a bus selector. From this bus selector, we have to study the rotor speed and the electromagnetic torque. This is a VI measurement block. This is a voltage source inverter. This is the source voltage. This is the rectifier circuit, and the output of the rectifier also we have to see. and there is a reference motor torque which we have to provide to the asynchronous machine, that is towards the induction motor. Okay, so this is one type of it is not a closed loop system. I only choose the as per the Drive's book, I only choose second types of design consideration configuration, and this design configuration, second type of design configuration, I implement in this MATLAB Simulink model. You can use another type of model also, but as per your university syllabus, you have this in your you have this experiment in your syllabus. Okay, experiment is already included in your syllabus, so it is better to use this model. So I'm using this kind of model. Okay, now I want to simulate this machine or the entire circuit. Let's simulate. Okay, actually I'm using different types of MATLAB versions, so that's why there is a problem. 'Cause so as I'm using different okay, so let's run. Then 1 minute. What is it? This is asynchronous machine performance. View error. 1 minute. I have to. type of problem. Let's see. 1 minute. Sim power system. Simscape. Machines. Asynchronous. One is the sim power system. One minute. I have to rectify this thing. Asynchronous machine in SI unit. And asynchronous machine is powered. This machine. As it is compiling due to the version. I think it is a okay. So you can see that simulation method I want to change. That is the model configuration parameter. OD23S. OD23TB. Another thing I want to change, that is the model configuration. So you can see that This is the speed and this is the torque characteristics of VSI fed induction motor drive. Is the output waveform is visible?
Yes, ma'am.
So this one is the rotor speed and this one is the electromagnetical torque of induction motor. This is the starting time, this is the transient period. After the starting period, it will go to the steady state mode. So this is the torque and this is the speed characteristics. This one is the torque and this one is the speed characteristics of induction motor drive. Or we can change, oh, sorry. We can do one thing. We can change the simulation process. That means we can use, we are using a trapezoidal method to solve this numerical, or we can do one thing. Simulation parameter. Better to simulate is OD45. You can simulate it in OD45 also. Okay, we are changing the simulation method just to get the better output waveform. Okay. But the pattern is same in for each and every simulation method. The pattern of the rotor speed, the graph of the rotor speed graph and the electromagnetic graph is same for each and every solver method. But we can change the solver method to get the better output. So this is the torque and this is the electromagnetic speed. This one is the transient period where the speed of the machine is gradually increasing and torque is also changing with respect to time. So this way we can design the VSI fed induction motor drive. Okay.